Good day, everyone. Today, we will discuss about translation of linear equations and inequalities in one variable from verbal sentences to mathematical sentences. Okay? So, mathematical sentence makes use of relational symbol like equal, less than. We have this symbol, less than or equal to. So this is the symbol for less than or equal to. Greater than, this is the symbol. Greater than or equal to, this is the symbol. If the mathematical sentence uses equal sign, then it is an equation. Otherwise, it is an inequality. So it means that when we use this symbol, in our mathematical sentence, we called it as equation. But if not, like is less than or equal to, is greater than or equal to, we called it as inequality. Word problems can be solved if you will translate it into an equation or inequality. An equation is a mathematical sentence that shows two equal expressions. For example, we have this 3x plus 5 equals 20. So this is an equation. The left side of equation, which is 3x plus 5, must be equal to the right side of the equation, which is 20. 3x plus 5 equals 20 is an example of a linear equation in one variable. A linear equation is in the form of ax plus b equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a should not be equal to 0. An equation may either be true or false. For example, we have here 8 plus 2 equals 10. It is a true equation since 8 plus 2 is really equal to 10. Now, if we have 2x plus 5 equals 15, this is an equation that can either be true or false, depending on the value of x. There is only one value of x that will make the equation true. An inequality is a mathematical sentence that shows two unequal quantities. One might be greater or lesser than the other. For example, we have 5 is greater than 1. It is a true inequality since 5 is greater than 1. 2x plus 1 is less than 10. So maybe true or false, depending on the values of x. More than one value of x can make the inequality true. So we have here the different phrase related to each of the relational symbol and operational symbols. So we have the operational symbols, which is plus sign. So what are the words related to it? So we have here increase by, added to, the sum of, more than. So take note that if we use the word more than, so it will be reversed when we rewrite it in mathematical sentence. Then we have this minus sign. So these are the words or phrases related to minus sign. So do not forget it. Decrease by, subtracted from, the difference of, less than, diminished by. And take note of the subtracted from and less than. So again, if we are going to translate it in mathematical sentence or phrases, it will be reverse. The symbol written will be reversed. Then we have the multiplication sign. So we will not use of the cross sign here. Instead, we will use dot or parentheses so that we may not be say that this is a variable. So the phrases related to multiplication signs are the following. So we have multiplied by, of, the product of. Then we have the division symbol. It can be bar or a fraction. So these are the phrases related to this sign. So we have the ratio of, the quotient of. Then we have the symbol. So the phrase related to it is less than. Then we have this symbol. So it is greater than. Then we have this symbol. So we can have it as is less than or equal to or is at most. Take note. So this symbol can be is less than or equal to, or if we have the phrase is at most. Then we have the symbol. So it is greater than or equal to. Then it can also be is at least. So take note of the symbol. So we have is at least. Then this symbol we have is not equal to. Okay? So let us have examples of the translation of the verbal sentences to mathematical sentences. And then use the variable x to represent a number. So let us have the verbal sentence and then we have the mathematical sentence. So let us have example number 1. So the sum of a number and 9 is 15. So we have the word sum, then a number. So this number will be represented by a variable x. So we don't have a certain value for this number. So we will represent it as x. Then we have 9 and is 15. So is equal sign, then we have 15. So we have the word sum. So the mathematical sentence for this is x plus 9 equals 15. So we have the sum, so that's why we use the plus sign. A number, so we represent it as a variable x. A number and 9, so we have here x plus 9 is a symbol for equal. We have here, then 15. So this will be the mathematical sentence for number 1 verbal sentence. Now let us have example number 2. So we have here twice a number is 25. So we have here the word twice. So it means that the number will be represented by x. We will multiply it by 2. So that's the meaning of twice a number. And is, so it will be equal sign, then 25. So this will be the mathematical sentence, 2x equals 25. For twice a number is 25. Now let us have example number 3. So we have here, thrice a number increased by 4 is less than 30. So we have here thrice a number. So a number will be represented by a variable x because it is stated in our instruction. Then thrice, it means that we will multiply it by 3. Then we have increase, so it will be plus sign. So we have here thrice a number, so that's why we have 3x. Increase by 4, that's why we have plus 4. Then is less than, so we have the symbol is less than. Then we have 30, so we have 30 here. So 3x plus 4 is less than 30. So this will be the mathematical sentence for the verbal sentence example number 3. Which is, thrice a number increased by 4 is less than 30. Now let us have example number 4. So we have here, 1/3 the sum of a number and 8 is less than 32. So 1/3, then we have the sum of a number and 8. So we have here, so the sum of a number and 8, so represented by x, then we have the 1/3. So 1/3 of the sum of a number and 8. That's why we have this symbol. Then we have is less than. So we have the symbol for is less than. Then we have 32. Excuse me. This is the mathematical sentence for example number 4, wherein we have 1/3 the sum of a number and 8 is less than 32. Then let us have number 5. So a number increased by 1/2 of the number is 7. So a number, we have a number, so represented it by a variable x, increased by, so we have a plus sign, then 1/2 of the number. So that's why we have here 1/2 of a number, which is x, is, so we have equal symbol, then we have 7. So this will be the mathematical sentence for a number increased by 1/2 of the number is 7. Now let us have example number 6. So we have here the perimeter of the rectangle is 84 when the length of a rectangle is thrice the width. So we are talking about the perimeter of the rectangle. So we have here the length and the width. And we may not compute for the length if we don't have the width, because the length here is stated that it is thrice the width. So therefore, what variable x can we represent from this? So we will represent the width as x. So let x be the width. And then, since it is stated in our verbal sentence that the length is thrice the width, so let 3x be the length. Since x is the width and length is thrice the width, so we will have the translation as 3x. And then, since we are talking about the perimeter of a rectangle, so we need the formula in finding the perimeter of the rectangle, wherein we have here P is equal to 2 times the sum of L and W, or length and width. That's why we have here 2 times the quantity of L plus W. And it says in our sentence, verbal sentence, that 2 times the quantity of L plus W is equal to 84. Since the perimeter is equal to 84, and the formula for the perimeter is 2 times the quantity of L plus W, so it is equal to 84. And then we will substitute the length and the width in our representation. So we will have 2 times the quantity of our length will be 3x, so that's why we change it to 3x, and then our width is x, so that's why we change it to x. Then equals 84. So this will now be the mathematical sentence for our verbal sentence. The perimeter of the rectangle is 84 when the length of a rectangle is thrice the width. So we have this 2 times the quantity of 3x plus x is equal to 84. Now, let us have our example number 7. The perimeter of equilateral triangle is 18. So, when we say equilateral triangle, it means that it has equal sides. Okay? So, for our representation, the variable x, so we will let x be the side of the triangle. Okay? And since we are talking about the perimeter, so the formula of the perimeter for the equilateral triangle will be equal to 3s, since we have the equal sides. And since we let x be the side and 3s is equal to 18, the perimeter is equal to 18. So we can say that 3s is equal to 18. Then we substitute s, since s is side, so we will substitute it by our representation, a variable x. So we will have 3x is equal to 18. Now let us have our example number 8. So we have here the sum of two consecutive integers is 35. Since we are talking about integers, and we have here the word consecutive, so consecutive means the next integer. So in Tagalog or in Filipino, magkasunod. So for example, we have 3, 4. So 3 and 4 are consecutive integers. 11 and 12. So 11 and 12 are consecutive integers. So we have -2, -1. So these are consecutive integers. So if we are going to let x be the first integer, so what should be the representation of the next consecutive integer? So if you notice, if we have, for example, 11 and 12, so we just add 1 from the first integer to get the second integer. So it means that if x be the first integer, so what will be the next integer? So we will have it as x plus 1, since we only add 1 to the first integer to get the second integer. So if our first integer is x, so therefore, the second integer will be x plus 1. Then it says here that the sum of two consecutive integers is 35. So if we're going to represent it in mathematical sentence, we will have the symbol plus sign because of the word sum. Then we have the first integer which is x, then plus the second integer which is x plus 1. So we will have x plus 1 is equal to 35 because of the word is. So ang symbol niyan ay the equal sign. So this will be the mathematical sentence, x plus 1 is equal to 35 in our given verbal sentence, which is the sum of two consecutive integers is 35. Now let us have our ninth example. So we have here 5 times a number increased by 9 is 64. So we have here 5 times a number. So we don't have a particular value for a number. So we represent it as a variable x. So 5 times a number will be 5x. Then we have the word increase by. So we will use the plus sign. And then 9. So we have 5x plus 9 is for the equal symbol. Then we have 64. So we have here 5x plus 9 equals 64. So this is the mathematical sentence for 5 times a number increased by 9 is 64. Now let us have example number 10. The discount is not less than 95. So we have here a particular number which is discount. So we will represent it as a variable x because we don't have a particular value for the discount. And since discount is represented by a variable x and is not less than 95, so ang ibig sabihin nito ay hindi daw bababa sa 95. So what will be the exact relationship symbol for is not less than 95? So we will have x, since x is represented in our variable in the discount, so we have here x is not less than, it means it will be greater than or equal to 95. So ito yung ibig sabihin ng is not less than 95. So dapat daw siya ay 95 pataas. So therefore, we will use is greater than or equal to relationship symbol. That's why we have this mathematical sentence, x is greater than or equal to 95. For the verbal sentence, the discount is not less than 95. Now let us have example number 11. The cost of the book is at most 450 pesos. So we have here the symbol is at most. So we discussed it earlier that the symbol for is at most is less than or equal to. So that's the meaning of is at most. And the cost of the book will be represented by the variable x. So we will have the mathematical sentence as x is less than or equal to 450. Again, the meaning of is at most is less than or equal to. Now let us have example number 12. his monthly income is at least 25,000 pesos. So we will represent the variable x as his monthly income. Then is at least means it is greater than or equal to. So that's why we will have the symbol x, then we have is greater than or equal to 25,000. So this is the mathematical sentence for his monthly income is at least 25,000 pesos. Now let us have example number 13. So we have here thrice the number is at least 75. So we have here thrice the number. So the number will be represented as variable x. Then we have here thrice. So it means that we will multiply the number by 3. So that's why we will have 3x. Then again, is at least means is greater than or equal to. Then we have 75. So 3x is greater than or equal to 75 is the mathematical sentence for thrice the number is at least 75. Then let us have example number 14. We have here twice the measure of the acute angle is not more than 92 degrees. So we have here twice. So it means that we will multiply by 2 the measure of the acute angle. So we don't have the exact measure. That's why we will represent it by the variable x. So that's why we will have 2x. And then is not more than. It means ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng is not more than? So, dapat hindi siya mataas sa 92. So, what would be the exact relationship symbol for this? So, we have here is less than or equal to 92. So, 2x is less than or equal to 92. Is not more than means it is less than or equal to 92. So we have here 2x is less than or equal to 92 is the mathematical sentence for twice the measure of the acute angle is not more than 92 degrees. Then let us have example number 15. So we have here PJ's age is thrice the age of Anna. The sum of their ages does not exceed 48. So we have here PJ's age is thrice the age of Anna. So we don't have the exact age of Anna. So therefore, we will represent Anna's age as x. So let x be Anna's age. And in this verbal sentence, PJ's age is thrice the age of Anna. So that's why if x be the Anna's age, so therefore, we have 3x as PJ's age because it tells here that PJ's age is thrice the age of Anna. Then we have here the sum of their ages does not exceed 48. So we have the word sum, so it means that we will use the plus sign. Then we have the word does not exceed. So hindi daw tataas ng 48. So, kapag hindi daw tataas ng 48, the symbol that we're going to use is less than or equal to 48. So, that's why we will have 3x plus x is less than or equal to 48 because the sum of their ages. So, kung si Anna ay x at si PJ's age ay 3x, so we will have 3x plus x because of the sum of their ages. And then we have the word or the phrase does not exceed. So we will have the symbol is less than or equal to. Then we have 48. So we have 3x plus x is less than or equal to 48. So this is the mathematical sentence for PJ's age is thrice the age of Anna. The sum of their ages does not exceed 48. So I hope you understand our lesson for today. So it's all about translation of verbal sentence to mathematical sentence. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and God bless.